Hey y'all, Alyece Smith here, and welcome to the Socially Awesome podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of three, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back for Quick Tip Tuesday. I am so excited to be here with you today. I am going to be talking about researching and learning about your audience. I get a lot of questions, especially in my Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs community, about how do we connect and engage with our audience? How do we make sure that we're growing, but we're attracting the right people? How do we make sure that we are hitting their pain points? We are taking care and providing the value that they want and need. So today we're going to talk all about some ways that you can do that, how you can better understand your audience, and I'm going to give you some action steps that you can implement immediately so that you can start learning more about your audience. So as I said, connecting and engaging with your audience is crucial in today's marketing if you want to turn a profit. It's important to make sure that you are getting to the right people and that they are getting value out of what you're saying, what you're providing out of your video content, your posts, your blogs, however you are delivering this content to them. But in order to do that, you need to understand your audience inside and out. So if you haven't already really sat with who is my ideal client or who is my ideal avatar, who are you trying to speak with? If you haven't done that work yet, I'm going to encourage you to do that. I'm going to encourage you to do that now. I think it's important that you go ahead and get that nailed in so that your 2023 strategy and content, you can start to see the changes that you want to see. And what I mean by inside out is you need to know what they think about. What do they struggle with internally? What are they struggling with externally as far as like confidence or their appearance, especially if you're in health and wellness at all? What are their struggles as far as their time? Are they scattered? Are they unorganized? Are they a busy mom? What do they think about? What keeps them up at night, right? So that is inside out. You need to really get inside of your ideal client and know those pain points so that you can speak to those. You should be able to pinpoint their needs and wants and desires inside your content. So if you have a hope of creating a successful social media strategy, you've got to know exactly what their pain points are. And you're going to hear me say that 100 times because I can't say it enough. It's the most important piece to discovering your ideal avatar and speaking to them. So how can you better understand your audience? There's a couple ways. One, you can do a survey. You can survey them and ask them to better get their pain points. So by survey, I don't necessarily mean you have to create a Survey Monkey or a Google survey or a Google form, but putting those questions out there on your feed. When it comes to weight loss, what is your biggest struggle? When it comes to learning about social media marketing, what would you like to know more about? When it comes to making a meal plan, what can I do to help you get there? Asking the questions. People like to talk about themselves. If you give them the opportunity to talk about themselves, they're more likely to engage with you. It's very important that you understand that. Look at their demographics carefully. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, Meta, so Instagram and Facebook right now, but most platforms have audience tools in general, but if you're in professional mode, which I highly encourage you to be, you can actually go into your audience tools and see if you're writing content for a 22-year-old college girl. I'm trying to use my words. I was going to say party girl, and then I was like, well, not everybody's a party girl. But if you are writing your content for a 22-year-old and your insights say that the majority of your audience is 45, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. So you either need to change your content if you're trying to speak to the 45-year-old or you need to revamp your audience and your audience growth strategies. Okay, so really look at the demographics and see if you are writing to that mom, that female, and your audience tools tell you that the majority of your followers are male, you need to change something. Okay, so make sure you're looking at those insights. That's why they're there. Take part in conversations with your ideal client in places that are filled with your target audience. So this would be Facebook communities. This would be forums if you're on any forums. This would be engaging with them on their platforms. Where do they hang out? And that's going to change based on who your ideal client is. Again, if your ideal client is a 22-year-old college girl, she may not be in the Soccer Mom Facebook group. Probably isn't, right? So you need to really go to those platforms that your audience is hanging out in. And without doing that discovery, like we talked about in the beginning, you're not going to know where they're hanging out. So that's the missed mark, okay? Respond to comments on your blog, on your posts, and comment on other blogs and posts and places that you can, videos and TikToks, and there's so many different platforms these days, but reply to comments with your same target audience. So if you're out there searching for that 45-year-old mom, go find all the 45-year-old moms on TikTok and engage with them. Go find all the 45-year-old moms in Facebook groups and engage with them. Again, proximity of where you're located. So if your content isn't curated for your ideal client, you're not going to grow your audience. Reply to all the comments or questions on your social media channels. Don't post and pray and leave them stranded. If your captions are set up properly and you're asking questions, which is asking for engagement, it's a call to action. If you are making a post with a question and people are responding to that question in the comments, you've got to reply to those comments. People are only going to make efforts to engage with you so many times without you engaging back. And then they're going to either unfriend you, block you, hide you, however that goes, okay? So make sure that you are putting in that effort to reply to all of those comments or questions on your social media channels. Collect feedback using one of the feedback tools. So there are a lot of feedback tools that you can use to better your content and to learn from your audience. You can actually do some searching out there, but Typeform is like a survey tool you can use. Like I said, there's SurveyMonkey. There are different survey tools that you can use, email marketing. You could do a form. You could do a Facebook poll in your group. Collect feedback using some of these automated tools so it's not so manual. You can be very manual, and if you have a VA, I encourage you to send messages, especially if you have a Facebook group. Now, don't go out there and message everyone. You'll get put in jail. But if you have a Facebook community and you feel like it's disengaged, start sending messages to the members and saying, hey, I really want to get this group revamped. I want engagement. I want to support and provide value. What would you like to see in this group? That's a feedback tool by sending them a message, but that's pretty manual. So you can look for something that's a little more automated. There are tools that you can use that allow you to bulk message people on Facebook Messenger. Just make sure you're very careful with those tools because, like I said, the algorithm, it will put you in Facebook jail. And then once you get a feel for who your audience is, you're better equipped to provide them that value. You're better equipped to make sure that your content is curated for them. They want to deal with businesses who care about them, not just a faceless brand that doesn't show up. So make sure that you do the work in the beginning so that you don't have months or years of wasted time and wasted efforts with posts with just crickets. Because I can promise you, if you're not getting that engagement, but you're showing up every day, you have a disconnect with your personal brand, and it's probably in your avatar and your content. So knowing your audience and understanding your audience really will be the vital step in creating your social media strategy for 2023. So I hope this helps. I hope you got value out of this episode. As always, again, we have a monthly podcast contest. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, put it in your stories, and tag me. I will reshare it to my audience, which will in turn give you proximity to help grow your own audience. And then, of course, you will get entered to win our gift card that we give away every single month. So make sure that you are doing that. And as always, you are more than welcome, if you're not already, to join Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs, which is my Facebook community where I give free tips and tricks, and we go live weekly with trainings on social media marketing and how we can level up our businesses online. So until next time, I will see y'all Thursday for our interview. Bye.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm Alyece Smith, your host, and let me tell you how you can get a free social media audit from me. Make sure that your profile is optimized and you're ready to build. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, throw it in your stories and tag me. You can find my handle in the show notes. I will share it to my entire audience, and you will be entered to win one of the 5 free audits that I'll be doing every single month. Number 2, if you found any value out of this episode or any of my episodes at all, please feel free to leave a review. It is the best compliment you can give. Lastly, make sure you check out the link to get into my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's in the show notes. We go live in there weekly with guest trainings and more. Until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.